Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick, or, as the movie calls it, Blade Runner. So this book was written in 1968, and it is a vision of the future for 2021, when there has been a great war and most of the humans living on Earth have immigrated to Mars. And robots have become so advanced that they are basically indistinguishable from humans. And these androids aren't allowed on Earth. And the main character is a guy who is on Earth hunting down the androids and getting money for them. He's a bounty hunter. By the way, everything I say is not influenced by the movie. I still haven't seen the movie, but now that I've finished the book, I've got to watch the movie to see how it lines up. So I've watched a few interviews with Philip K. Dick, and I kind of know his general life story. He was a really quirky guy. First of all, he was completely devoted to the idea of being a science fiction writer. He had a line about something to the effect of, it was a ship he was going down with. Like, even if nobody else read science fiction, he was going to do that no matter what. And for a lot of his life, he was really poor. He was down to like buying dog food because that was the cheapest form of food he could find. And you can tell that it's written by someone who has spent hours and hours thinking about the different philosophical points in the book. The main one, of course, being robots that are indistinguishable from humans, to the extent that they don't even know that they're robots. And so you have to ask the question like, so what is the difference between a human and a robot if they're so indistinguishable? You see the main character struggling with this because they look like people and he's killing them. Is that morally okay? Which I think is an interesting question. Another big theme of the book is what we can know. And I think this is something that ties in with Philip K. Dick's life. If he had seen The Matrix, he would have identified with that idea a lot. Like, there is no way that we can know that we're not inside the Matrix. And in this book, there's a similar thing, like you can't be sure if you're not an android. Any of the characters, they could be androids and the whole world could be flipped. There's just no way of knowing. And they have the test that you can take to see if you're an android, but what if an android made that? And so it's an unanswerable question ultimately, which I thought was a fun way to read the book, because it really keeps you guessing about what is truth, like what's really going on. And he kind of keeps taking that away from you. Like, he wants you to feel a little unstable the whole time. So I loved it. I've loved everything that I've read by this guy. So I'm gonna keep going through his short stories, because what an interesting mind. I'm going to give this book 4 stars. If you have any recommendations, leave them in the comments below.